So what we've got next on the channel is, well, get a phone call from a friend saying, bought a bike, but I'm going to bring it to you before I'm going to ride it. So I was like, yeah, cool, bring it down, let's have a look. So what he's bought me is an orange Prestige. Now, I've already cast my eye over it and I've said, this is wrong, that's right, this is what needs doing. As you can look from the bike, so chaining cassette, not worn, that's absolutely fine. It's a bit cruddy, that can be cleaned up, that's not a problem, so that needs a deep clean. The rear derailleur DX also needs a deep clean. We've got a lovely set of wheels, Mavic wheels on DX hubs as well, running absolutely lovely. So the hubs are going to need bare minimal work. The tyres are trash, they're going to go. They're fine. It's got the MT60, I think it is, which is missing the decals, but we'll deep clean that. Bottom bracket's got a little bit of play, but we can adjust that, so that'll be mint. DX front mech. Cables are all trash, so they're all got to go. Now, the biggest thing on this bike that I actually really like, which you won't probably find on most Prestiges on this age, is the fact it's got the original Shimano Dior DX hub. Can't even get my words out. Seat post and the original actual saddle. So all in all, it's looking absolutely fantastic. Obviously, as we move to the front, with Bike Shed Dog being right in the way. Bike Shed Dog! Say hello, Molly. Say hello. No, she don't care. She's just listening to me talk. So we've got obviously the front brake. We've got the DX hub, matching rim, tyres trash. And then we've got the Diacomp brake levers, the Shimano Dior thumb shifters, and Ritchie grips. So all in all, it's pretty much all probably as it was. Yeah, dog don't care. So with the stalk stem, my friend did say, one, this is a bit too low. Now there's not enough there to give him to raise it up a little bit, but also it's super long. So we have got an idea with that. So we're going to get to that. But first off, he's okayed everything I'm going to do to this bike, and the servicing I'm going to do. We're going to do a full strip down, rebuild, refurbish, give it some love, polish everything, make it amazing, and bring a bit of life back to this old bird, and then he can get out riding again. So we need to strip it. So let's strip the bike down and then we'll go from there. That's a bit tight. Right, we'll come back to that. Need to undo that.
Like spaghetti.
Like spaghetti.
Keep going that fast, you're gonna take off. Oh, you did take off. Ooh.
Ooh.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
And it smells disgusting.
Yep.
If only people had scratch and sniff.
So all in all, that is the bike stripped. It don't take long whatsoever. It takes more time to build it than it does strip it. So the whole frame now needs a good polish, deep clean. Let's really freshen up all of the decals, the paint, get rid of all the crap off there around where the mechs was, clean all that. Just really go deep clean on this. Deep clean on the forks. Oh, look at that. Alright, so next up is literally just, if you look at this, you look at the table, so we've got to deep clean the drive, the mechs, you look at them, they're cruddy, they're nasty. Really good condition, but that needs some love. Front mech, again, really in-depth inside, needs some love. Brake calipers, yeah, need some love. So let's get all the parts ready now, and then we can start rebuilding and servicing this up and getting this polished. We are going to change the stem. We've got an idea with that, so join me in probably a couple of minutes, and we'll probably get to building that back in, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, I'm gonna have a right field day cleaning all this up.
What are you doing?
We are at the point.
Oh, he said we. Okay.
Well, I meant we as in people, as in me and people that are watching this. So we're at the point. So this is all had a good clean off. Look how good this is, like popping now. Look. So that's had a really good clean. If you want to come and have a look at all the other bits, look. So that's the frame. We're going to start rebuilding this in a second. So the chaining cassette with like really cleaned up well. That's like perfect. That's had like 2 or 3 turns through the parts washer. And then bottom bracket, the mech is being totally sparkled up, totally stripped down to bare everything, and totally cleaned up the whole lot. That's looking fresh. We had to put a new adjuster in there just because the one that came out was super bent. And then we've come across a few other little hidden bits as well. It's like whoever had the bike before, there's usually like a little plastic thing that like sits in there like that, but there's only half of that in there. And then what they've done is they've kind of put a rubber seal kind of thing across the top, which is fine. We can do that and put that back. That's not a problem. So we serviced up all the headset. All the parts have all been deep cleaned. All the brakes, they're looking really nice and polished and shiny now as well. Got all the crap off everything. Dug all the dirt out of all of that. So that's looking nice. Cleaned up all the spacers. We've taken off one side of the handlebars because we was running the white stalk stem, and obviously there's not much adjustability there, and it was reaching too far out, too far down. So what we've got is we've got a black stalk stem which has a little bit more of a positive rise, and it's a little bit shorter. So there's a little bit of a difference between the two, because this one, the white one, doesn't have any cable routing through the top, whereas the black one, we can route that through the top and drop it down. So what that means is we don't need to run that on the headset. Now, it looks like someone's fouled it out and kind of customized it anyway to clear the headset, which is all well and fine, but we're not going to use that. So what I've had to dig around and find is I managed to find 2 black threaded headset washers to basically replace that. So we can get rid of that, put the spacers on the headset, then we can run the cable through there, which then doesn't need that bit I've just thrown on the floor. So we won't need that because you've got the stop there, and that's going to look super cool. And then to top that off, I've pretty much cleaned, polished. I've spent a lot of time going through all of this. Cleaned and polished absolutely everything. All of the crankset is all polished, and it is the MT60 as well on there. It's not great, it's not worse, it's just a bit worn, that's all. So that'll go again. And then just little things like the shark fin. I had to stick down the sticker a little bit because that was all peeling up. So that's all now stuck down and tidied. I've cleaned that up as best as possible. So that will go again. And then that's pretty much it. All the chain rings are super clean. I don't think that top one is original, but we're going to reuse it. We're going to keep the cost down. So all of the bits for the crank are all there. They're all been cleaned, degreased and polished. So pretty much there we are. We've got everything ready. So we're going to start building. So first thing first, I need to get the polished seat clamp all in, and then we'll get the saddle on, get it in the stand, and then we'll start fitting all this bit. So let's get the bike in the stand.
Oh, look how cute you are.
So anyone building these, you want to make sure, well, especially over here in Britain, is I always like to make sure the whole inside has got quite a good coating, because we do have relatively wet weather, and obviously as long as that's covered, that's going to protect against obviously the weather and all the crap that sits there. Bob a little bit in to the threads on the bike. And then what I'll do as well is I'll make sure that they're greased, the bosses, and then all the kind of mounts for all the bolts are all got grease and so on in as well, just because we don't want things to seize up. So let's start getting the bottom bracket in and all the other bits. What do you think about that, Bike Girl?
I think it's a wonderful idea.
Might have to get you to do some.
I'd love to.
Yeah. So with this, you've obviously got your washers, well, your seals, so you kind of always want to make sure that they're all on and in the correct position as well. We need some grease. Already greased up the bearings, but
I think you dropped something.
yeah, that's the grease top. So I'll put some of that bad boy on there, and then what we'll do is we'll make sure that these are also greased up. Then we want to do the same for the top as well. So we'll get some old sealage on there. I'll get a bit more grease.
Lube it up.
Yeah. Old Lubison.
Moist.
Get some more bearings, and always make sure your bearings are going in the right direction as well, as in top and bottom, because otherwise you're just going to grind your headset to crap. So you always want to make sure it's really greased up there. What do you reckon, Bike Girl?
Grease.
Grease, yeah. So then we start to put things back together. Now obviously with this, like I say, we've taken that taken the cantilever mount off. So when we screw this down, the seal will seal that all up. Don't want to go too tight. Beautiful. And then where I just put the two washers. There we go. So ultimately these should take up the space of where that cantilever mount was, and look in keeping perfect. So if it still had that plastic thing, that would sit there perfect, but once we've got the stem in and that sits, that'll look mint also. So we'll get these tight, we'll nip these up. And all I'm doing here is nipping them against each other, but as I always say, I always make the final adjustments on those once it's all on the floor, just so I can check under braking to make sure it's not got any play in there. So on that note, we'll bang a little bit of that in there, boom, and we'll get the new stem that we're putting on, which is going to look it's a lot more cleaner, to be fair. So we'll put the little seal over that as well. Get that in. Obviously you got your minimum insertion on there, so we're going to line that up and then nip that up. I think that looks a lot better, to be fair, with the black stem. What do you think, Bike Shed Girl?
Absolutely.
That's a bit crap. I think we might have to revisit that and find a different top cap which has a plastic seal in there. I'm going to dig around in some boxes, see what I can find. So, dug around in a few boxes. We have got rid of the silver kind of that was on there, just because that was rolling around and causing a pain. However, that fingers in the way. Just looks a lot cleaner anyway. I think with the black and the black, just looks a lot cleaner. So I'll leave that on for now. If my friend wants his little grey one back on, then that's something he can figure out at a later date. But that, in my opinion, is one, a better sealed fit, cleaner, black, matches the stem. So let's start getting other bits done on this. You see how hard I'm concentrating?
Yeah.
So basically this ring there needs to have the little spacers that go on just there. They slot on the inside, and then you want a little nuggin that just sticks out just on there. That little nuggin there sits behind the crank arm. So we now line that up like that. And what I've done also is I've put a little bit of grease just on all the interfaces as well. So when it's all torqued down, it doesn't creak. So I'm just going to quickly rebuild the crank. Ready? I've lined out all my little soldiers. There we are. And now I can basically put it all back together. Yep. Alright, you're going to let me concentrate now.
No, I think I'm a genius.
No. Right, so I thought I was doing loads of bits there, right? I'm recording. Was you recording?
No, I was talking.
Yeah, well, you was talking, right? So basically, I've just literally put the brakes on, bottom bracket in, crank on, front mech on, line that up. Got the front brakes on already as well. That's all looking nice.
Gosh, did you really do that much?
Yeah, in the time that you was talking. So, it was quite funny what you were saying because I was gobsmacked. But, so I'm now putting the handlebars on, but just listen to what Bike Shed Girl thinks. So we was discussing, because she came in like, oh, I think that what do you call your bike shed? And I was like, it's not called anything, it's just called a bike shed. She was like, oh, you need to give it a name. I was like, I don't need to give it a name. She was like, I do. And this is where the conversation went from. So what do you think? What do you think? What do you want to call the bike shed?
I think everything and everyone deserves a name. Therefore,
Because she actually said, what did you say first? The first name.
Bike Shed Head HQ. Bike Shed HQ.
And then she said shed quarters, which I said to her, I was like, we can't use shed quarters because there is actually a bike channel called Free Bikes for Kids. He's got the shed quarters. There's no other shed quarters. He's got the shed quarters. So then she started banging on about that she wanted to call it the Shedaroo.
Yeah.
And you tell everyone what you wanted to call the people what watch the videos. So the shed's called a Shedaroo. It's not called the Shedaroo.
Yes, it is.
No, you've called it the Shedaroo. I've not called it the Shedaroo.
Well, Justin Bieber has the Beliebers. You know, Beyonce has the Beehive.
Right.
Because she is Queen Bee.
Right.
So I said, well, this could be the Shedaroo.
What about the Swifties?
I don't actually know.
Yeah, it's the Swifties.
Taylor Swift has the Swifties, yeah, you're right.
We mentioned that one, yeah.
And I just thought, well, if you're working in the Shedaroo...
I'm not working in the Shedaroo.
Then your subscribers are the Shedaroonies.
It might not want to be the Shedaroonies.
Well, how about Shedderoonies? You tell me in the comment section how you feel about being Shedderoonies.
What? This is why we wasn't recording. Been doing stuff and everything. Right. No one's going to want to be called a Shedderoonie. That might be offensive to all the Roonies out there.
Like Wayne.
Who's Wayne?
Wayne Rooney.
Oh, that crap footballer. Well, might not be crap, but you know.
Then my head went to Shedderoonies, but for short, the Goonies.
No, I'm not calling anyone the Goonies.
No. Think about it. It's logic. At the end of a video.
Why is it logic?
At the end of a video.
Yeah.
You look like the monster guy.
How?
See ya.
That only
hey,
came.
You guys.
That only came about because of you.
See, I am a genius.
So you're saying no, people aren't going to like this.
They don't want to be Goonies. I'd want to be a Goonie.
No, they just might not want to be a Rooner.
Shedderoony, Goonie. I'm here for it.
You're here for what?
I think it's a brilliant idea. Not just because it's mine.
That's not going to float anyone's boat.
Well, you never know. Give the people a chance to speak for themselves.
Oh, yeah, I'm all for that. Right, so it's what you're asking of them.
Well, this is definitely called the Shedderoo. I'm asking if they want to identify as Shedderoonies or as Goonies.
No one's going to want to be a Goonie. Now, why Goonies got nothing to do with Shedderoona?
It is if you're a Goonie in a Shedderoony.
But no one wants to be a Goonie in a Shedderoony, do they?
Oh, we'll find out if anyone watches the video and if anyone comments.
No one's watching this.
I say that every time and people do. It shocks me.
That's because people like to see cool bikes. And for some reason they get...
And you. They like to see you.
And they get...
Don't be so hard on yourself.
They like to see you taking the mick out of me and breaking me.
They've never seen me.
No.
I could be imaginary.
What? You could just be like... Is that what you're going with?
I'm your imaginary wife.
You could be an husband.
I'm not even real. I'm a figment of the Shedderoo's imagination.
Oh, wow. What, even though I can hear you?
Can you, though? Ooh.
You're on some next level, you are. I'm sure your main goal in life, right? I'm sure it should have been in our wedding vows. I promised to break this man every day that I'm married to him. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know why I involved you in this.
Can I put it down then?
Yeah, right. Well, here we are. Right, let's get back to the old Shedderooniness.
See? He loves it.
I do.
Yes, you do.
I find it funny. Right, so we've got obviously the black stem on.
Yeah, we got the stalkeroo.
The stalkeroo with what's that?
A breakeroo.
So what's that?
A bellaroo.
A bell? No, it's not a bell.
Oh,
That's a gear
it
shifter.
looks like a bell.
That's a thumb gear shifter.
A thumbaroo shifteroo.
Oh wow. So we've got it all looking nice now. I'm going to put some grease and some bolts in there next. And then we'll put some wheels on, and then we'll get chain on, then we'll get to cables. Enough of the rudeness. You'll have to let me know what you just... If you've got this far, let me know, because...
If you got this far, I'm sorry.
It's your doing. People want to see a complete bike, polished, sparkling, in the sunshine, looking sweet.
And they will, because you're brilliant. Aroo.
Oh, wow. I literally just nearly said thank you then until you ruined it.
You're fabaroo.
You're going to do my head in, you aren't you?
Maybe Aroo.
I'm going to be broken Aroo. So here we are. Finally done. It's all done in the Shedderoo way, wifey.
I was going to say, you or the bike.
So we've dialed in all the brakes, got them really clapping, really nice as well. The only thing I'm disappointed about is not replacing the tyres. Although we have checked the hubs, we've checked the tension of the spokes, and we're pumped up. And they're fine, they're not splitting, they just look a bit cruddy, but heyo. So my friend's going to replace them at a later date. We've got the black straws running on the inner cables. Again, all in keeping. Stems all done, cables are all done, got everything clapping nice on both brakes. That one's running absolutely lovely as well. And then we've dialed in the gears. So they're running nice as well. Everything's so shiny and clean now and just a lot smoother. Same with the front mech as well. Just really nice. Got fresh bolts in everywhere and up there as well and underneath. Everything is polished to an inch of its life, all looking fresh. Wow. I think I'm quite happy with that, to be fair. What do you think?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, rooney roo. I saw your face. I saw your face. So, last all. So, it was really nice to do this. Really nice that he called upon me to give his bike some love before he goes out riding. So we can get out now and go retro riding. Awesome. This is done. So the next couple of videos are going to be awesome. Got some awesome little bits. If you got this far, really appreciate it. Thanks for sticking by the channel and getting through all the stuff that the Bike Shed girl said.
Yeah, big thanks to the Sheddaroo crew.
Sheddaroo crew now, is it? Not what happened to Sheddarooners?
Yeah, the Sheddarooners are a part of the Sheddaroo crew. In the Sheddaroo.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Continue.
Let us all know how you feel about that. So onwards and upwards. Next couple of videos I won't be including the wife. The old ball and chain's going to not be included in the next couple of videos because she's absolutely broke me for 2 days straight.
You've been ruined.
I've been ruined. Yeah, exactly. So really happy with this. So on to the next one.
Don't forget your Goonie exit.
See ya.
Bye, you guys.